So we are back in the workshop, and today I have a small video for you on how to make lanyard beads. So you may ask, what are lanyard beads? Lanyard beads are these small beads that you can put on like a paracord and then put it through your lanyard hole, and it's just a small little decoration piece that kind of looks really cool. And for this purpose I always collect right next to my bandsaw a lot of offcuts from the milling process, from the endometer, or just normal offcuts, and I don't want to throw them away, and I just want to make some cool lanyards out of it. So I try to keep it here, and then when I need some material I just going to pick it out of this whole basket right here. You can see I've got plenty of material to make lanyards out of. So the cool thing about lanyards is that you can nearly use every material that you want, and you can do every kind of shape out of it, because with that one it's really hard to make a knife handle out of it. You maybe could use it as a spacer, but you can also do some cool lanyards out of it, and I'm going to show you my way on how I do it. So for these ones, just going to grab a scribing needle and an angle, and I always like to get me like 2 centimeters of material for each lanyard bead, just right here. And then I'm just going to scribe along here and here. And then what I like to do is, it doesn't have to be perfect, just give me another line right here, and then I'm just going to scribe 2 lines so I find roughly the center of these squares, because I'm going to drill these out in a second. So just super basic, doesn't have to be perfect. So now I'm going to drill out the holes and counterbore them so we can put the paracord through. So now the holes are done, so I can cut them out, and be always careful because these are small pieces and we're working with a bandsaw. And now I am at my horizontal grinder with a small wheel attachment, and now I'm going to grind these small lanyard beads in. And you have to be really careful because they are quite small, and you have a spinning wheel with like a rough grit on it. I'm using 80 grit because I'm going to sandblast them. You can grind them as high as you want them, but with the 80 grit I remove the material as quickly as possible, but also still have a nice finish after the sandblast. And what I'm also doing is I'm going to put them on this rod here. I have put a little bit of tape right around here so they don't slide off. And after the grinding I can just slide them on here, so in the sandblasting I can have something to hold on, and I can just sandblast them all at once instead of sandblasting each piece by itself. So you can add those lanyards in whatever length you want. I just add them like that. And if you want to have like a lanyard that goes around the wrist, just have to grab some paracord or another thing. But I think it's a cool addition to the knife itself, and I try to use always the same material as the handle material. And for the Hydra, I've got it right here. I also add a lanyard bead, and that has two purposes. The first one is it looks cool, and the second one is because the Hydra is quite slick here, and if you want to draw it out, you can grip it, and that lanyard gives you like a little finger rest right here, and it's easier to pull out the Hydra because you have like a stop here and you don't slide off the knife. And I'm going to cut that off, but you have like a certain finger stop right here, so it is easier to pull out the knife out of the sheath. So it has two purposes. So guys, this is it. The lanyards are done, and it was just a small video to show you how the lanyards are made. I got a lot of questions in my messages on how I make those lanyards, and I think they're a pretty cool solution to use all of your material and don't just throw it away. And the cool thing is you can shape them however you want. You can do rock pattern, you can do them round, you can glue them and stack them so you have different kind of shapes. And this is a really cool solution, so you don't waste any kind of material. And don't worry guys, I have much more cool projects planned for the next videos that are upcoming. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and write a comment for the algorithm god, and we'll see you in the next one.